Let me ask you something. When you hear the word blockchain, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? For almost everyone, it's Bitcoin, right? That whole wild world of digital currency. But what if I told you that's just the tiniest tip of the iceberg? Today, we're going to dive into blockchain's real superpower. And trust me, it's something way bigger and way more important than just money. So let's start with a really big question. I want you to think about everything we do online. I mean everything, from sending a quick email to running our smart homes. What is the one single thing that's so often fragile or easy to break or sometimes just completely missing? It's trust. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, hang on, I thought blockchain was a finance thing, well, you are not alone. The source material for this whole explainer kicks off with that exact thought. I used to think of it mainly as a finance tool. It's where almost all of us start, but it's also where the real story, the much more interesting story, begins. And this slide right here, this is the pivot. This is the moment everything clicks into place. We're moving away from that common view on the left, blockchain is just for crypto, and over to this massive aha moment on the right, seeing it as a foundation for trust itself. And that shift, that changes literally everything. Now, this aha moment isn't just some cool abstract idea. Nope. It's a super practical solution. It actually gets to the heart of some of the toughest challenges our modern industries are facing right now. I'm talking about things like data integrity, major privacy concerns, and, the huge risks of having just one company in control of all our important information. Let's just break down how we've always done things. In the old way, the traditional way, we put all our trust in a single central authority. Think about it. A bank, a government agency, a big tech company. They hold all the keys to the kingdom. They verify everything. They own the official record. But here's the problem, right? That single point of control is also a massive single point of failure. And here's where blockchain just flips the entire script. The blockchain way turns that old model completely on its head. So instead of one central gatekeeper, trust gets spread out, decentralized across the entire network. Every single person on the network helps verify the information, which creates this shared, rock-solid, unchangeable record. It's trust by the group, not by a single authority. So what do we actually get from this decentralized approach? Well, for starters, it gets rid of those single points of failure we just talked about. Poof, gone. It builds incredible transparency, which is an absolute game changer for things like supply chains. It helps us tackle those really tricky issues around who actually controls our data. And the bottom line? It creates a digital world we can finally, truly rely on. Okay, so we've laid this new foundation of trust. Now we can start building some really cool stuff on top of it. Let's talk about our next key idea, the smart contract. For just a second, forget all the lawyers and paperwork. I want you to imagine a contract that basically runs itself. It's like a really smart vending machine. If you put in the right amount of money, then the machine automatically spits out your snack. There's no cashier, nobody to check anything. It's just code executing a rule that's already been set. And how does it work in practice? It's actually really elegant and simple. Step 1, the terms of the deal, the if-then statements, are written into code. Step 2, that agreement gets stored on that super secure, decentralized blockchain we talked about. And then step 3, the instant the conditions are met, let's say a package gets delivered and scanned, the contract just fires off automatically. The payment is sent, the record is updated, all without a single human having to lift a finger. And the impact on business from this? Oh, it's massive. It's transformative. By automating all of these agreements, you start cutting out the middlemen. And when you do that, you naturally reduce your costs. And you dramatically speed up the entire decision-making process. It just makes everything more efficient and way less likely to have human error mess things up. So let's recap. We've got decentralized trust, we have automated agreements. So what happens when you put those two powerful things together? Well, you create a completely new backbone for industry, a backbone that's poised to reshape pretty much everything about how we build, how we trade, and how we innovate from here on out. So what does this future actually look like? Well, sure, we're talking about things like smart factories, where you have a perfect, unchangeable record of everything that's produced. We're talking smart cities where neighbors can trade solar energy directly with each other. It means that the billions of smart devices in our homes and cars, the Internet of Things, can finally communicate securely. And it creates a trusted layer for technologies like AI and cloud computing to really take off. And this, right here, this is the fundamental change in thinking. This is the big leap. We're finally moving away from a world where we build something first and then try to bolt on security and trust as an afterthought. Instead, we're building systems that are trustworthy by design. The trust is literally baked into the architecture right from the very beginning. Okay, so let's bring it all home. After everything we've talked about, what's the one big idea you should walk away with? It's about seeing blockchain not as the flashy main event, but as the stage itself, the invisible, essential foundation for whatever's coming next in technology. I don't think I can say it any better than this really powerful quote from our source material. Blockchain is the invisible backbone of Industry 4.0, turning data into something we can trust, not just use. And that's really the heart of it. We have more data than we know what to do with, but trustworthy data, data we can truly rely on, that is the real game changer. And that leads us to our final thought, a question I just want to leave with you to think about. In a world where every piece of digital information, every single transaction, every interaction is fundamentally trustworthy, right down to its very code, what could we build then? I mean, really, just think about it. The possibilities are absolutely staggering.